The strategy that I chose for this assignment was number 7, concept and circles. A concept circle is a versatile categorization strategy for students to study words or concepts critically and relate them conceptually to one another. With a concept circle, students identify common attributes that exist among several terms. This is a relevant strategy that can be used in classrooms because it can be used as a pre-reading activity to introduce new vocabulary concepts, or it can be used as an activity intended to reinforce and extend the knowledge of a concept after reading. Specifically, in the lesson that I created, the purpose of this strategy is to strengthen understanding of vocabulary terms that they will come across while listening and being involved in music. The standards that I'm grabbing this from are the general music standards that South Carolina has, specifically the Anchor Standard number 6. The benchmark says, I can describe how the music elements are used. Specifically focusing on musical vocabulary terms, the standard says that I can use appropriate vocabulary to describe pitch, tempo, dynamics, etc. Ideally, this is for students in 4th or 5th grade, ages 9 to 10. At this point in their general music classes, they should have heard these terms before and have a broad understanding. This assignment is to further solidify the definitions and their understanding of it when relating it to listening to music. The song that I chose when preparing this strategy was Pie Jesu by Tom Shelton. This is a elementary choir unison adaptation of the original song. I would choose this song that would be playing as they enter the classroom. This song would have lots of dynamics and tempo changes, which it does, and it would be a song that the students would instantly pay attention to. It would be the student's job to listen to it and come up with some vocabulary terms that we had worked on before in class, such as tempo, dynamic, pitch, melody, and notes. It would be the student's job, while they're listening, to write down 5 descriptive words for the song in circles divided into 5 sections. I would then ask them to take time to define each word as they wrote it in their sections for the circle, or of the circle. That way the students are actively understanding which term means what and how it relates to the songs that they just listened to. Ideally, the concept would be they hear it as they come into the classroom, and then I would ask them a few questions about what they thought they heard, and then I would then show them the assignment. I would pass out this worksheet. It would look like this with the instructions on the top, called Music Vocabulary Circles, and the concept would be that they would then, as everyone is sitting down ready to go, listen to the song. Excuse me. Listen to the song, and then while they're listening, writing down these descriptive words, vocabulary terms. And once they have 5, continue to listen to the song. Then after the song ends, I would give them for about 5 minutes to write down their definition of it, so that it would end up looking like this, where they have the term and then they have their own personal definition of it. Then I would pick these up, and it would be a way of me assessing them so that I could grade them and then give them feedback. This is a good way for me to assess what they're learning, if they're understanding it, and really get their perspective of what each word means. And then after that, after I've received all the papers, we would then discuss it in class. That way other students could hear what other students think, what they heard, and just get a different perspective of it. This will help the students because it will cause them to think about the music rather than just listening to it and they will actively be engaged in what is happening in the song that they are listening to and being able to define what it means. I personally think that this strategy is an awesome strategy that is very hands-on, but very accessible and understandable for the students when they're working on this assignment. And it keeps them engaged while they're listening so that they don't zone out, and they're able to truly focus on what they're hearing and understanding what they're hearing. The idea is that at this point in their music education level, they should be understanding this, and this concept is just a way to solidify that they're truly learning the objectives and standards that they are supposed to. Plus, it's a fun way to keep the class engaged and them to listen to great quality music.